Hi, my name is Shania Jenkins,
I'm Suzanne Lewis.
and we're going to be talking about conflict theory 2. For the introduction, conflict theory states that society or organization functions so that each individual participant in its group struggle to maximize their beliefs, which contribute to social exchange, such as political changes and resolutions. The theory is mostly applied to explain conflict between social classes. Although some theorists, such as Karl Marx, have claimed that growth and development occur through conflict between opposing parties, cooperation is also a source of healthy growth. It needs to be determined under which situations, if any, conflict is necessary to produce change, as compared to those under which cooperation and harmony lead to the greatest advances. Conflict theory. The history of conflict theory can be traced back to thinkers such as Martinelli or Thomas Hobbes, both of whom viewed humanity negatively. Conflict theory attempts to refute the functionalist approach, which considers that societies and organization function so that each individual and group plays a specific role. An example would be an organ in a body. It is the interest of those who have wealth to keep and extend what they own, where it is the interest of those who have little or no wealth to try to improve their lot in life. Anything that challenges the control of the powerful will likely be considered bad behavior. The theory can be applied on both micro level, Russia, or the micro level, which is the church organization. In summary, conflict theory seeks to catalog the ways in which those in power seek to stay in power. Concepts of conflict theory: composition over scarce resources such as money, leisure, sexual partners, and so on, is at the heart of all social relationships. Composition rather than working together is characteristics of human relationships. Structure, inequalities in power and reward are built into all social structures. Individuals and groups that benefit from any particular structure strive to see it maintained. Revolution: change occurs as a result of conflict between social classes, competing interests, rather than through adoption, is often abrupt and revolutionary rather than evolutionary. War: even war is uniform of the societies involved, as well as war may set an end to whole societies. Assumptions: the nature of humans is that they are self-oriented. Societies operate under a proportional scarcity of resources. Groups admins are different in families than other groups. Conflict is a competition over control of scarce resources. Conflict can be classified. Conflict has positive aspects.
For feminist conflict theory has been used by feminists to explain the position of women in society. Feminist conflict theorists argue that women have traditionally been oppressed so that men can benefit from positions of power, wealth, and status. These theorists would argue that conflict over limited natural resources is what led men to regulate women to domesticity. This interpretation of conflict theory also leads to the idea that men cannot be trusted to give women power because this gift would conflict with their inherent nature. Conflict theory applied to society. So conflict theory offers a useful lens which to analyze society. One might use this theory to explain the enmity between rich and poor within any society. This enmity could be expressed emotionally, verbally, or physically. Applying the theory to notable class conflicts is possible. Conflict theory can also be used to explain non-economic conflicts within the society. One might look at the divide between Protestants and Catholics as a battle over spiritual resources. On a less macro level, the competition between students in a classroom is a useful example of micro-level conflict. So here is a video about that shows conflict theory in different ways One is through the feminist theory, where women are thought that they should stay at home and not go to work. And the other is Branson has married into this upper class family, and his brother has come to visit, and his brother is considered lower class.
In the morning.
I thought I'd get the 10 o'clock. I'm meeting him for tea.
You're not encouraging this.
She hasn't agreed anything yet.
Mama, talk to her. Talk to all of them. Say something sensible.
Yes, let's hear how a woman's place is in the home.
I do think a woman's place is eventually in the home, but I see no harm in her having some fun before she gets there.
Oh, Granny, thank you.
Have you changed your pills?
And another thing, I mean, Edith isn't getting any younger. I mean, perhaps she isn't cut out for domestic life.
How are your plans proceeding, Tom?
I was telling Lady Grantham. My brother has a garage in Liverpool. He's asked me to go in with him.
The brother who's coming to stay?
Yes, Kieran.
Why is he coming here?
For the christening.
Mr. Carson, you'd better come.
May I help you?
This is Mr. Branson's brother.
Can we fetch Mr. Branson, sir?
I've already sent Alfred. Oh, here they are now.
Kieran, what are you doing down here? Come upstairs.
I don't fancy it. Can I not stay put? Have me dinner down here?
But we're all so looking forward to meeting you, Mr. Branson. If you come with us, you can see your room.
And what would I change into? A pumpkin? Oh, come on, Tommy. Can we not eat down here? They seem like a nice lot. What's the matter? You're too grand for them now.
They know that I'm not. My mother-in-law has been kind enough to invite you to stay and dine, and I'll not let you snub her. Now get a move on.
Right, so that shows just like the haves and the have-nots. Oh, excuse me. So real-life application of conflict theory is conflict management. You can use conflict theory to figure out why people are having conflict, divorce, family violence, professional practice, and policy. And for family application, when the family is dissected and sources of conflict and power identified, the family then can find better and more effective ways to communicate. Understanding can lead to a desire for change and motivate family members to participate to develop more positive relationships. Through the study of the family dynamics, members may become more empathetic and understanding of the underlying causes of their conflict. And for our gospel application, so while everyone will experience conflict, we do not need to have contention. And it is actually good to figure out the cause of your conflict and to talk about it. So in Doctrine and Covenants 136:23, we read, "Cease to contend one with another, cease to speak evil one of another." And in 4 Nephi 1:15-16, it says, "And it came to pass there was no contention in the land because of the love of God, which did dwell in the hearts of the people. And there were no envies, nor strifes, nor tumults, nor whoredoms, nor lying, nor murders, nor any manner of lasciviousness. And surely there could not be a happier people among all the people who have been created by the hand of God." And I'm sure those people had conflict, but they did not have contention. And here are our references. So thanks for joining our presentation today.